Okay, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Agenda Review. We're looking at agendas, county agenda for August 6th and the fire agenda for August 6th. Tom, take it away.
Thank you. Good morning, Chairman and Commission. Tanya, are you going to do good news update or? If not, we can
come back to your.
Yeah, sure. On the agenda, we'll come back to the Nicole's part here in a second. We have a proclamation for National Health Center Week. Then we have Commissioner Wise is going to make a bunch of appointments on Wednesday. So she has an accessory advisory board appointment. She has a mental health advisory board appointment, and she has an aging and physical disabilities appointment. So those will all be under appointments, and that's the only three. Under new business, Chief Lannerman will be here from EMS to talk about a donation from Shields. We will formally have you vote, and I know you've been briefed a couple of times on strategic plan, but that comes back to a vote for Wednesday. So I'll give myself and PPMC will give a very brief presentation on kind of a summary of that for the public, and then we will vote on that. Hope will be there to provide our quarterly financial report, and then we have boards and bids and contracts. That's it for new business. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so for county announcements, we will have Wichita Business Journal Women Who Lead in Technology, Innovation, and Education. And then second will be Hometown Hero Highlight. And then the third is IAEM Region 7 Emergency Manager of the Year. So it's county announcements.
Great. Hey, Justin, on those appointments, you're moving forward, you're going to do all three of those together, or they're three different boards? So
yeah, I'll probably propose that the board could take those all up in a single motion.
On consent, L and M are easements. Daniel's here today for Lynn. Item L is a temporary construction easement for a culvert replacement. There's no fiscal note attached to that. Item M, and I'd be disappointed this wasn't on the agenda every week, is the Ridge Road ongoing project. There's three easements there. There is a fiscal note on that of $1,600, and Daniel is here to answer any questions about what is happening there. I think it's paved shoulders, right, Daniel, for those. Yeah. Item N is a vacation request. We have a landowner that wants to bring some right-of-way under a private ownership so they can do a wildlife preserve. And I think generally these are okay with Public Works as long as they're assured they won't need the right-of-way any longer. So I think this must have cleared Lynn for it to make agenda. So
Correct. Public Works, we didn't have an issue with vacating that right-of-way. We're not for or against it. We're just letting it proceed.
O and P on consent are, and Commissioner Howell's been working on this for a year or two, some agreements with Spirit to improve the safety of that campus down there. This is one of our largest employers in the county. Item O is an installation of some traffic signals. And item P is a Hawk signal system on Oliver that is and we have a fiscal note on it, I think of $225,000 that the county is paying for that. And Commissioner Howell, I don't know if you had anything more on that or, okay. Item Q is a resolution classifying some roadway. We've had a public road constructed in the Blue Sky Crossing Addition, which somebody has to have the roadway. And I think that through negotiation, it's going to be a township road going forward.
Yeah, it's not so much a negotiation. This was always planned to be a public road, and so it was privately constructed. It's been inspected, and so this would ordinarily be a township road after that.
More township roads. We need them. Item R, and Anissa is on Zoom. I say that this is a consideration to, it's an updated interlocal agreement on the Keachai Neighborhood Revitalization Plan. You all voted on that on June 4. I think this is some technical adjustment on it. There's no fiscal note on this or any significant change, and Anissa is on if there's further questions on that. I believe she sent you all an email on that too. So item S is, we are, and Lindsay's not here yet, but we are,
You're with the dog.
okay. Let's see here. This is a resolution affirming the county investment policy. I don't think there's any significant
There are no
differences.
changes whatsoever. We just have to do it annually.
Very good. T is an update to the Sedgwick County Deferred Comp Plan. Sheena's on Zoom. This is also a modification to adhere to best standards. So it's a technical adjustment inside the organization on how we deal with employees' deferred compensation privileges. And Sheena's on if there's any particular questions for that. So. Item U is another amendment. We've leased long-term at 1919 North Ammonin for ComCare. That area has had some challenges with fire and things in the past, and we've revised the lease. Tim can talk on this too, but this is just another lease agreement for some about almost 13,000 square foot of space on the first and second floors of that office complex for ComCare's a medical use for ComCare. Then I'm going to pass the mic to Tim for item V. That's a grant award for aging, and I want him to talk through that just real briefly.
Morning, Commissioners. This is the annual Senior Care Act allocation from the state of Kansas, KDAD's department to the AAAs. This is CP AAA's portion. It's $1.8 million, which is about $250,000 more than it was previous years. We used that funding to allow individuals to receive services in the 3-county area, case management assessments and in-home services. And so we contract with a number of providers across the community to deliver those services.
Okay. Right.
Items W, X, and Y are all updated agreements for mental health services provided in schools. W is USD 259 Wichita. X is USD 263 Mulvane, and Y is USD 266 Mays. Again, Tim can answer questions on that. These are our agreements to place staff inside those school buildings to provide mental health services for kids at those locations.
Tim, any changes from last year in staffing or same numbers?
Similar numbers, and Joan had sent a note, and she's got some nice outcome data from
That'd be
the
great.
past 6 months that kind of support what's going on. So it's a really impactful program.
Okay, thank you.
And we'll have a couple more, Derby and Hayesville. It's just getting contracts through. So we got a couple more that'll come.
That's great. We look for that email.
Then we have a litany, Z, double A, double B, or AB, double AC are all destruction of records authorized by statute. So we are going through with some records destruction. Item AD is a cereal malt beverage application for a location down South Greenwich. And the rest of this is routine business for regular agenda. I have the chief come up for fire agenda, and he's got
a special guest.
dog today he wants to talk about. There's 3 items on consent for fire. Item C is the county investment policy, which is the same investment policy you saw on regular agenda. And I want Chief to talk about items D and E together.
Okay. Chief Williams, good morning.
Good morning, Doug Williams, Fire Chief. This is to start a new agreement with the Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms for another explosives and fire investigation canine. Lieutenant Rusty Valentine's here. He's the handler of Benny, and he can talk it to you about technical details. But to start with, Benny will retire out at his age next year, and Chief Crisp applied to get another dog from the ATF to replace Benny as he retires. And the ATF decided to do a class with 8 dogs this year, and Sedgwick County Fire was given one of those dogs if we will sign an agreement to take it. So we're one of 8 in the United States, and Rusty can talk more about it than me, but right now it would be the only dog in this part of the state of Kansas, and we're the only ones getting approved for it. So We think it'd be a great addition to continue our program. You know, as Chief Chris handled 2 dogs and Rusty, I think Benny's his second dog. Is that correct? Third dog. And so because of the reputation of Chief Crisp and Lieutenant Valentine, you know, we've got a good reputation with the ATF and that's why we got one of these dogs instead of anybody else. And it'll be the only one in this area of the state for several years.
Wow.
And we really don't know what the ATF program looks like going forward, whether they may cancel this program or not. We don't know. You know, that's all part of some of the challenges going on in Washington today. And so we're wanting to jump on this. The annual cost projection to have the dog is $2,500 a year. And then the dog is provided by the ATF, the training and all of the dog aids are provided by the ATF. And the training is provided. All we are out for the training is the cost per diem for the food and the travel to get the person back there to Mount Royal. Is that correct? Front Royal to go to the training for 6 weeks, but ATF provides the housing and all the training.
Okay.
So we're asking to start this contract, which would be a continuation of the one we currently have with Benny. And Rusty can talk to, he's an expert on it, I'm not, so.
Moratorium on Rusty's too.
Yeah.
Morning, Commissioners. I'll stand for questions. I can tell you that I've been in the program for 20 years. I've handled 3 of their canines. It's an invaluable tool. It gives us evidence while we're on scene rather than waiting for another dog to travel in, things like that. They're used in high intensity scenes or everyday scenes, but they're very important when it comes to intentionally set fires or fires where there's fatalities or injuries. So they're a valuable tool. The relationship with that also brings in all of the resources to bear that the ATF can offer. So that gives us one step closer to the podium with the ATF when it comes to that. So I'll stand for questions.
Lieutenant, appreciate it. How much work does Benny do? I mean, how often is he called to a scene? And we're obviously assisting our partner departments, not just in this community, but beyond this community too, I'm imagining, right?
Correct. So Sedgwick County gets first bite at the apple, right? So if we have a large fire scene or a fire scene in Sedgwick County, he's here 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. He's also a regional asset for other departments, other agencies in the region that wouldn't necessarily have that asset. And then he's an asset to the ATF National Response Team, and we could travel nationwide under the ATF's umbrella and dime, then to assist certified fire investigators at the federal level, things like the George Floyd riots, things like that. So that obviously the bill's picked up by the ATF when we travel under their flag. It's an asset of the ATF that is given to us to use 365 days a year, unless of course that they need that. So I can tell you that last year, in about 7 months that we were in service last year, I deployed approximately 15 times. I don't have that exact number, but that was 15 times, including 1 homicide in our jurisdiction, the firefighter fatality in our jurisdiction, and another fatality in our jurisdiction. So it's a low frequency, high risk events that we typically will then deploy into those areas and bring that to conclusion a lot faster, if that makes sense.
Certainly. Very helpful. Thank you. Any other questions? And he gets to retire. Wow. I'm jealous.
Right? I think we all are.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
No, anything else? Oh. Item E, the charitable donation.
As far as the charitable donation, that is an item that legal has been working on with the landowner. They have a house that they are wanting to tear down and they're not in a big hurry. So they have donated that house to us to use for up to 2 years for live training evolutions. And then eventually when we're done, we'll burn it down as part of the agreement. So that's what that is. And it's just a charitable gift, and legal's gotten through. We went back and forth a lot with the legal and getting all the descriptions correct. And so that's all that is just a house that they're going to let us train on for up to 2 years.
Okay. Very kind. Okay, any questions? Thanks, Chief. Okay, all good, Tom? Anything else? Okay, everybody have a great weekend.